guys, this is Desime Ramoso and welcome again to my YouTube channel. For today's vlog, I am going to tackle about microbial diversity.
Microbial diversity considers a vast area of microorganisms that is the smallest form of life which exist everywhere. The three primary groups of this microorganism are bacteria, archaea and eukaryotes, and the figure that has been shown in here is of a microbiome. The microbiome is the genetic material of all the microbes, that is bacteria, fungi, protozoa, viruses that can live on a human body or inside the human body. And then the number of genes in a microbe in one person is 200 times more than the human genes itself. And we very well know that plant microbiome is also a keystone microbial taxa which is important for plant fitness. Not only plant fitness, but when you're talking about human microbiome, there are most of the microorganisms also responsible for human fitness. The plate that is shown in here is called as a Petri plate, on which different type of organisms are seen to be grown. The organisms, the microbe, are found to be in variance or in variation, as in you can see the different type of sizes. Here you can see colony morphology. So colony morphology is a method that describes the characteristics of an individual colony of a bacteria, which is obviously growing on a Petri plate. So this particular thing is helpful to identify a particular individual. And then you know that the colony differs in the size, the shape, the color and the texture, and that's what make a colony morphology. So can you count how many different types of colonies are there in this plate? Obviously it becomes difficult, and that's the reason you have got something called as colony plate counter. So this particular thing is used to understand how many different type of organisms are there, and then obviously you do something which is called as gram staining for bacteria. So that because these organisms are colorless, so you have to stain these organisms in order to understand how the structure of this organism is, so that it can be viewed under the light microscope. Most bacteria appear in different variations, in different shapes, like you can see rods which are called as bacilli, you can see sphere which is coccus, spherical in shape, we can see spiral shape which is vibrio cholerae or vibrio organism. So structure of bacteria has two important aspects, the arrangement and shape. So far as the arrangement is concerned, grape-like cluster is called as staphylococcus, and chain-like chain-like arrangement is called as streptococci. So you have rods for bacilli, spheres like for cocci, and spherical shape for spirillum. So there does exist a diversity in the microbe that can be seen under a microscope. That is different type of bacteria that can be seen under microscope, and these are fungus. Now fungus is a group, like bacteria was a group under prokaryotes, it's an ancient organism, and fungus is a group of eukaryotic organism that includes yeast and mold. Okay, so they perform several essential roles in like decomposition of organic matter. They have different roles like nutrient cycling, and they have really different roles in ecologies. There are different morphology of fungus as well. Okay, so this the one that has been shown in this figure, you obviously have seen it in the area that you live in, or you might have seen in day-to-day life. But then there exists diversity in these mushrooms as well, and these particular mushrooms are called as macroscopic fungus, and this particular fungus is called as microscopic fungus. Now here you can see there are different type of structure, where in the fruiting body then you can see some hyphae. So there are different shapes or there are different parts of these fungus, microscopic fungus, and depending upon where do they occur, they are named as like mycorrhiza, mycorrhiza, the one which appears inside, ectomycorrhiza and so on. Then you have different type of protozoans. Now protozoans are also single cell eukaryotic cell that they either live free living or they are parasitic. They feed on organic matters as that of microorganism, and there are a number of there are a number of protozoan parasites which are pathogenic, which are parasite to human and can cause diseases like malaria or amoebiasis and so on. And see, this is a virus. It's a submicroscopic infectious particle which is composed of a protein coat, a nucleic acid core, and they are similar in size to a large protein macromolecule. They are generally 200 nanometer in diameter, smaller than 200 nanometer diameter, and they carry obviously the genetic information which is encoded in the nucleic acid. There are different type of viruses too. They are classified on the basis of nucleic acid that they contain, and you know that these important infectious particle is making havoc nowadays because of COVID-19. I hope everyone is safe. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
And that would be all for today's vlog, and I hope you enjoy watching. Thank you.